Psalm 114. When Israel came out of Egypt, the house of Jacob from a people of foreign tongue, Judah became God's sanctuary, Israel his dominion. The sea looked and fled, the Jordan turned back, the mountains skipped like rams, the hills like lambs. Why was it, O sea, that you fled, O Jordan, that you turned back, you mountains, that you skipped like rams, you hills like lambs? Tremble, O earth, at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the God of Jacob, who turned the rock into a pool, the hard rock into springs of water. So, this is talking about literally um, during the time of the Lord leading the people out of Egypt. Remember, with the mighty hand, the Lord freed his people. And they saw all of these marvelous wonders, and it continued by the Lord showing himself, an angel being a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, guiding them through the wilderness, providing manna, the bread from heaven to the people, providing sustenance and and water. And we get to experience living water and talk about that in the New Testament. But knowing that everything that they needed or wanted was provided to them, and it was enough, and it was more than enough, and they didn't wither away. You know, we talk about today and health wise having to have food from all the different types of groups of food, right? And here these people were able to eat manna for years, for tens of years, 40 years, and it was more than sufficient. And their clothes didn't tatter or tore. Their sandals on their feet, everything that they had was like brand new from leaving Egypt all the way through that whole time in the wilderness to the time that they entered the promised land. Because that's who the Lord is. We don't understand it, we don't comprehend it. And I mean, think about it. It's beyond our comprehension because that's who He is. He is a God, He is the Lord. And so He can provide revelation to us. You know, another thing, Moses. We always think about, we know that he spent 40 days on Mount Sinai. Well, he didn't just spend 40, he spent another 40. So he went one time, no food or water, came back, went another time. Read back in Exodus. Go back in Exodus. And if you have, hey, if you find something in air or something, please leave it in the comments. Definitely, I am not a know-it-all, as I talked about a couple of Bible studies ago. I do err, and I'm okay, definitely okay with correction and prefer it. And so, but there is a lot here. There's so much here, and how the Lord guided his people out and how he provided for them. And Judah became God's sanctuary, Israel his dominion. Because remember, the line of Judah is Jesus. Judah is selected as the line of for the eventual Savior of all of us. And so uh, David will forever have a son on the throne, you know, and so David will always be in line, and so uh, it gets traced back, and we'll read all about that in the New Testament too. I know I'm getting too excited. I'm bringing up future stuff, and so but there's so much here. And then this, these questions. Why was it, O sea, that you fled? O Jordan, that you turned back? Remember, the Red Sea parted, the Jordan parted as well, so that his people could cross over on dry land, on dry ground, not something wet, soggy, muddy, damp, but dry. That's what the Lord does. He goes above and beyond to make sure that we understand and know that it's because it goes beyond our comprehension. It goes beyond what we believe in science, even our own discoveries. It's a lot here. What kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel and what does it make you think?